is time for your weekly breakdown of everything that is happening in rock, metal, metalcore, baddiecore, whatever core that you want. If it's rock music, if it's a band, we're gonna get into it. So let's get into it. Welcome back to Breakdowns and Bows with me, your host, ASOS. As always, we are a community of support, as always. So I disappeared for 2 weeks. I thought that I would have some life in me after Bad Omens, but let me tell you something, the concert depression is so real. I could not believe the experience. This was so organized. Like, we need to get into it. We need to not beat around the bush. We need to not talk about anything else other than how good the whole Bad Omens experience was. So I have seen Bad Omens. This is probably my 4th or 5th time seeing Bad Omens. And I feel like every single time that I see them, they get more and more organized. And I think every band out there needs to do this. Now, I'm going to start off with the pop-up shop experience. So I actually showed up about 2.5 hours early. I showed up at 9:30 and there was a line. There were people there waiting until 7:30. And so I'll explain what I think they should have done. But I got into the line for the pop-up shop. Everybody in the line was so nice at the pop-up shop. Like, if somebody needed to step out of line because they needed to go get water or go have a bathroom break or whatever, people in the line knew that that was your spot, and people were super, super respectful. Like, there was this girl that left the line a couple of times, and she had asked us if she could leave the line because she obviously needed to go get food, or she just needed like a break from the line, because the line, waiting there was really hard. So we were in Texas heat at the time. It wasn't too bad, but by 11 o'clock, the heat became brutal. So everybody was just so nice. And then we even had to shift the line at one point. And again, everybody was super, super nice, very cordial. Hey, this was your spot. Let me move you this way so that way you can keep your spot in the line and everything like that. And then my other thing that I really, really loved about the pop-up shops was that there was this lady from the Bad Omens crew who brought a wagon full of waters, snacks, burritos, tacos, food. You know what I mean? They knew that people were waiting there since 7 a.m. They knew people were waiting hours on end, and they really, really took care of us. And I mean, the entire pop-up shop staff, whether they are really associated with Bad Omens or not, they were super incredible, super nice, super, super organized, super with it. Everything was just incredible. When I walked in there, it was like a dream. I don't even think that I fully processed it. I got a blind box and I opened it. Ooh. Let's see. Oh, I think I got the one I wanted. I did! I got the one I wanted! Yes! And I was so excited with what I got in the blind box. I did get the shirt I wanted, so I got everything that I wanted. So doors opened about 12. I did not get in until about 12:40, so I think I waited 40 extra minutes after the pop-up shop opened. But like I said, they were doing it in groups of super organized, so they were letting a few people in at a time. Once those people left, they were letting people in again. They would ask you, it was kind of like an amusement park, kind of, because they were like, how many's in your party? 2. All right, 2 can go in. How many's in your party? You know what? There's 3 in your party. We're going to hold off, and then we'll let you in soon. Super organized, super amazing. I had floor seats, and the instructions for the floor was very simple, very clean, very cut. I did not know that they were doing wristbands with numbers on it. So what they should have done, and what everybody should have done, is what Arizona did. So what Arizona did was, I think it was at 9 o'clock. I'll post what they posted. So at 9 o'clock, you got your wrist bracelet to line up later in the day. So you didn't have to wait all day for a spot, to try to get barricade. You got there at 9 o'clock, you got your bracelet, and you went on your merry way. You were not allowed to line up until I think about 4 o'clock, and then the doors would open at 6. And they actually, like, I don't know if it went down the way that San Antonio went down, but in San Antonio they were checking your bracelet. Like, they were making sure you were lined up according to your number. Like, they were like, okay, this is 200 to whatever, this is 300 to whatever. They were making sure that you were in line correctly. And then when they walked you, they did the barricade walk down. Oh, they were making sure you were in your line. Like, they had multiple staff guiding you, single file line, like you were in kindergarten, all the way down. And again, I think this was a beautiful experience. Nobody ran, nobody pushed, nobody shoved, nobody did anything at all. It was no crazy monkey business. And yeah, I think everybody should have done that, like, for everything. Like, even for the pop-up shop, I think they should have done wrist bracelets. I think that, like, everybody should have came, early in the morning, got a wrist bracelet. Everybody start lining up according to that wrist bracelet. I think everybody should do that for every big concert. I really think that they should do that, because I think it's ridiculous that people line up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I think it's ridiculous that people line up at 2 p.m. I've done it, and I think it's ridiculous. Like, you're wasting your entire day for a concert when you could be doing so much more things. And then, what about a bathroom break, eating, water, etc. It's just, it's too much. So it was a really, really good experience. And, I was number 300 in the line when I got there, like around 5 o'clock for to get the floor. And I still almost got barricade. Like, I was like 2 rows behind barricade, and I got an incredible spot for Bad Omens. President did not miss. I think it's crazy. Like, I'll get into President soon, like, a little more, but I think it's crazy because, like, I know who President is, and, like, seeing all these people who don't know who they are and, like, being shocked over them, I'm like, dude, like, well, we didn't listen to them before. Like, they're incredible. I love them. Beartooth was, of course, amazing. And then Bad Omens. Oh, I mean, their whole thing was phenomenal. They had fire. They had the lasers. They had tapes this time. So my favorite thing about Bad Omens is when you go to a show, you are not just going to a show, you are going to a full emergence experience. They do so before they did the tapes, between each song they would tailor a video towards that song, and they would tell a story. And then now they have, like, this new theme going, and they have the tapes and everything like that. By the time they got to tape 5, I was like, it's over. It was so sad. But they had such an incredible lineup, incredible, everything was just top tier from Bad Omens. Loved the entire experience. It was amazing. The crowd was not bad, except for there was this one lady who was a bit much, and she was throwing beer all over herself, all over everybody. And then her partner was encouraging it, and that kind of ruined my experience a little bit, because she just clearly was. I don't know. Like, me and my boyfriend kept debating if she was too drunk and if maybe, like, somebody should cut her off, or if she was on something, because her behavior was just a little too erratic. And I'm not trying to judge. Like, have fun at a concert, like, again, it's a concert, have fun, be lively, be energetic, have fun. Like, there was girls who, like, clearly were, like, on a vibe, and I could tell, like, they were fine. It's just the way she was, like, throwing beer all over herself, and she was not caring that she was throwing beer all over herself. Like, she was, like, drenched in the beer that she was throwing all over herself. I just didn't feel like it was normal. And then she was throwing beer on other people. Again, it was not on purpose, it was on accident. But even that, like, I could tell, like, she was not fully aware of her surroundings, and there was something going on. And then my last complaint of the crowd was at the end. This guy shoveled his way to the front. And I'm like, dude, move. Like, I'm here in the front. I've been here all night. Like, I'm trying to get, a pick or a drumstick or, like, one of the little airplanes too. Why are you running to the front, dude? It pissed me off so bad. I literally was about to pop off on him and be like, go away respectfully. But anyways, yeah, Bad Omens was a dream. I'm so depressed after this. Not literally, it's just, the sadness of the high of the concert. Next, President, they released Mercy. So when I went to Bad Omens, I thought that President was going to release and unveil their new song, but I was wrong. And they didn't release their new song. And it was actually released last week instead of the week before, like I thought it was. And yeah, it was really, really good. It was very heavy. It was very like a different vibe, a different direction, My boyfriend was saying that he thinks that they're going mainstream, but I want to know what you guys' thoughts of like the direction that they're going, because like I don't know, every song it does feel like a different vibe. Like there's some songs that are very heavy. There's some songs that are leaning more pop. There are songs that are more like rock, mainstream kind of rock. And then Angel Wings was just beautiful. But it is like, okay, I really want to see this album. I really want to see this direction that they're going in. So they announced a USA campaign. And first of all, I want to say that their marketing, their theme is just so consistent, like saying the campaign. I really like their show too, like to backtrack a little bit. I like their show because he doesn't talk on stage or anything like that, because obviously it's like a mystery of like who they are and everything like that. But what I really appreciated from him was that they had like a recording that was like San Antonio, and so like you could tell, like, even though this is recorded voices to help like the whole concert, you still got like a little bit of like interaction that was tailored just specifically to our show and everything like that. So their theme and their branding is really good and really consistent. So I have an unpopular opinion, and I already got roasted on TikTok a lot, and people are like, this is how you discover new bands. But like, people were so mean. I was like, dude, all I'm saying is like, I don't live, unfortunately, in a place like Dallas. I don't live in a place like, Austin. I don't live in a place like San Antonio, Albuquerque, Arizona, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, any of those places that actually get touring bands to stop through. Like I live in El Paso. And so unfortunately here in El Paso, we get nobody. So I usually have to like drive for concerts or fly. And so when I see a tour lineup that only has one band on it that I know, I'm not enticed to go. I'm sorry. Like, yes, I believe that, like, you should go just to go because you're going to find bands that you like. Like, I found Bad Omens because I went to Under Oath and Spirit Box. But you know why I went? I spent money to fly to Denver. Okay, I paid for a flight, I paid for a hotel, I paid for excursions in Denver. I made a whole trip out of it because, again, there's no concerts near me, like where I live at. Like, I'm unfortunately, like, nothing goes on here. I have to drive 3 hours, 8 hours flight. You know what I mean? And I found Bad Omens that way, but it was two bands that I was excited about. And I was like, oh, the openers, I don't know who they were. And Bad Omens actually wasn't even on my original lineup. So the original lineup, it was Under Oath, Spirit Box, Straight from the Path, and there was another band, and that band fell off, and then Bad Omens jumped on that lineup. And yes, I would have never known Bad Omens without that, but it's just like, when I travel for things, I need more than just one band, especially in this economy, especially in this market. It's so competitive. There's so many, concerts, festivals, everything going on, to where there are other stacked lineups. Like, I wish I could go see the Devil Wears Prada, but their lineup is not, unfortunately, worth it for me to go see them, because there's just other things going on. And when they're traveling through Albuquerque, it's like I can't justify going when I have to go to other places. So it's just kind of like, yes, President, I love this for you, and I hope that the bands that are supported with you, they have that chance to blow up the way that you're blowing up. But it's just kind of one of those things where I really personally, and this is my opinion and I'm entitled to it, I really feel like maybe they should have gotten another band on it. You know what I mean? Like somebody that nobody really knows, but people are starting to get to know, like, I don't know, like Pink Noise, you know what I mean? Asking Pink Noise to jump on their tour bill. That would be like, oh, okay, like they're starting to pick up a little bit of momentum, and then you're going to help them propel their way up, So again, this is my unpopular opinion. You can take it however you want. Now, next, moving onwards to our next masked band. So there is also a new Sleep Token song or project or something being teased. Now it was supposed to be teased today. Then today the weatherman said, no, it's going to be tomorrow, March 31st. So this is the crap that we deal with, but we'll see what's going on with Sleep Token. They did personally message him. So if anybody wants to sit there and say, oh, this man's bluffing and blah, 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 and like he's not actually going to like know what's going on, you're wrong, because he proved that they messaged him. You know what I mean? And like he's done promotion for them in the past. So they're doing something. We just have to be patient. Even though I don't have any patience, we have to have patience, okay? I hope it's another tour because I didn't get to go to their last tour, and I really hope that they do I hope they do what Bad Omens did. Now, moving onwards and upwards, Black Veil Brides. Their new song Vindicate is out everywhere. There is some heavy breakdowns, but you know what? Again, this is my opinion and I'm entitled to it. So I really did not like it. I like it, but I don't like it. I didn't really like the intro, and again, it's my opinion. But I just feel like it comes short compared to everything else that's come out thus far. But again, I love them. I support them. I still think that it's BVB 2026 year, but I just felt like when you have songs like Hallelujah and Certainty and you're riding such a high trajectory, and then to do that song that just went, you know, like it's not even on my saved liked songs, because I was like, yeah, there's a heavy breakdown, but it's not at that level that Hallelujah and Certainty was. Is it still heavy? Yes. The intro, a little questionable. I'm going to try to listen to it again. Did I talk about Mercy? I did. Okay. I'm having a moment. Escape the Fate's new song, Deja Vu, is out everywhere. You can listen to it if you want to. Against the current release, Heavenly, oh my god. I love this band. I love Chrissy. I love everything about this band. I love seeing them make a comeback. You know, the song is just so good. I cannot stop listening to it. Again, I'm really, really happy to see Against the Current come back. I know that they have had issues with the record label. They've had to go independent. I know that Chrissy had surgery. She got married. There's some other things going on. So to really see them come back is really exciting. And I really, really want to see what more do they come out with. Even though Chrissy's solo stuff is also really incredible, and you guys should definitely listen to both Against the Current and Chrissy Castaneda's solo projects. Now, this is the year of the comeback, because not only is Against the Current back, but Sleeping with Sirens is also back as well with a new song. Definitely go check it out. And guess who else is back again? Holding Absence. Their new song Whispers of a Dream comes out this week on Thursday. It sounds so good from the teasers. I'm like dying, salivating at the mouth for. I'm like, give me the new song, please. I don't know what's going on with them. I do feel really bad. They did lose their member. I think they lost their drummer, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I just remember somebody from the band left, and I was trying to explain to everybody, like, hey, you know, they're down a member. They're only a 3-piece right now, and that must be really, really hard for them. I think the reason why we have not heard from Holding Absence is because they're like, we don't have anybody. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have our members. We need to figure out our lineup before we do anything. But I guess they're going to move onwards and forwards, which is really good for them. I'm really happy. You know, whatever comes. I'm very supportive and happy of them for a return. And I'm really hoping that they find somebody else in the band, or if they're just going to keep it a 3-piece, you know, I hope that works out very well for them. Now, onwards to Catch Your Breath, and I'm trying to catch my breath. Their song Blood Money is heavy. It is heavy, man. Like, the breakdowns in that, the screams in that. This is the direction that I was trying to explain to everybody that I think that they should go into. Like, I really did not like the whole pop and the whole rap and whatever they were doing, the baddie core stuff that they were doing. I mean, I liked it, but I didn't like it. You know what I mean? And this heavy moment for them, it really, really feels like, okay, catch your breath. You were walking a little bit wobbly on the journey of your album. and now you're finding your way back again, and I hope you stay there because I want more heavy stuff. Like, I don't mind if they do baddie core stuff. I don't mind if, they mix in heaviness with some pop elements or anything like that. But I just really like this song, and I really like the direction that this song is going into. And then I saw somebody on TikTok do a video where they're like getting ready for the new Catch Your Breath song, and they were ready to cry because, again, of the direction that they were going on with the previous songs. And then they like throw their stuff and they're like, my God, this is heavy. And they start, doing a mosh in their house. I thought that was hilarious. So yeah, if you guys are like nervous about checking out the new Catch Your Breath song, don't worry. It's heavy. I promise. Blood Money. Go check it out. It's available everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, whatever. All these songs are available. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, all of the above. Okay. Definitely check it out. Now, Don Bronco released a new song featuring Sam Carter from Architects called True Believer. What I heard, I liked, but that was just Sam's vocals, and he's an amazing vocalist, one of the best in the metal industry, metalcore industry, rock industry, whatever industry that you want to label us. He's one of the best. He's one of the top tier GOAT vocalists. Like, if you were to ask me who do I think has the best vocals in this game, I would say Sam Carter is definitely up there. Definitely. You do have, Vessel and Noah from Bad Omens, but like talking about like the GOAT, it's definitely Sam Carter for me personally. Next, my favorite German band released their new song Supernova, Future Palace. I think that what they have done as a band to turn themselves around the way that they have is just amazing. Maria screaming is just absolutely incredible. Supernova is a little bit, I feel like Supernova kind of, it does go into a new light for them, but I feel like it's bringing some of that old elements with the new elements that they have, and it blends it really together. And so I really like it, and I'm always really hoping for their success and wanting to see them be supportive, from the fans. And I hope they come back to the US, and I hope they do more, tours in the US and everything like that. Now, next, I went to see Bring Me the Horizon live in Sao Paulo in theaters, and it made me so grateful to have seen them live myself. But I was sad because I was just like, I saw this live and I want to see this live again. But it also made me sad when they did the highlight that highlight moment of their career. You know what I mean? From like start to where it is now. And it was also really sad because they showed pictures of Chester. May Chester rest in peace. We all love Chester Bennington from Linkin Park. When they showed that, I was like, I was crying in the theaters because it's so sad to see their long career, first of all, and being so proud of where they are as a band and knowing that they're one of the goated bands, for us. And they're such a huge band. But it was also really sad to see them, they've been a band for so long that they have moments with Chester, and that they were able to see him when he was alive and to be friends with him. And I really feel like them putting Chester in this was really a message of, this is our friend. This has been a long career. It's been a great career. We've lost some people along the way. Like, I feel like everybody does. And yeah, I might cry again. It was just such a deep moment, and it was so good. But my crowd sucked. Stop myself crying. My crowd sucked though. Yeah, my crowd really was not good. Like, I saw everybody on TikTok having really good crowds where they were like moshing, they were like enjoying the show and everything. My crowd was so quiet. Like, I was singing in my chair and like enjoying and vibing, and like it was just not a good crowd. It was not. I did not feel their vibe at all. Like, I felt just whatever with them, and I was like, come on, man, like this is the moment, y'all. So yeah, and I love that they released Doomed, the live version of it and everything. So amazing. So the last thing that I'm gonna do is, it was Women's History Month, and we're saying goodbye to March. And we did have International Women's Day, and I didn't really get to highlight some of my favorite female-led bands. So of course, I'm going to mention Against the Current again because I freaking love Against the Current. I'm always looking at Chrissy for inspiration with my hair and with my outfits and everything like that. And that to me is why it's so important to have female fronted bands, because women listen to this music too. It's not just men that listen to this music, and we want to be inspired as well. We want to feel like we can relate to these people, and so Chrissy is one of them that I relate to so much. And then Future Palace, like I said, you guys really need to go check them out. Her screams are getting better and better. It's just a really good German band that like you guys can just salivate on and just be like, this is amazing. Like the whole discography is great. This is a little bit of a lesser known band. It's Conquer Divide is another female fronted band worth your time. So like I said, if you guys have not heard of Conquer Divide, please go check it out. That girl's vocals are insane. Now, this is it. This was your breakdowns for 2 weeks. In the comments, please let me know what song release these past 2 weeks were your fave, and let me know what female fronted band is your personal favorite. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend. Check out all my social medias that are down in the description of this video, and they're going to be at the end. My TikTok, my Instagram. This was your weekly breakdown. Goodbye, and I hope you have a great one.